Hello and welcome to Otaku-Dono. Today is our very first video and I am very excited about it. We're going to have a lot of fun. We are going to start everything off by talking about a new, I was going to say very new, but just a new one-shot. This was actually released a couple days ago and I'm kind of late making this video, but I don't care. We're going to do it anyways. So today we're going to talk about a one-shot called Burn the Witch. Now, Burn the Witch was a one-shot made by Shonen Jump. It was 62 pages long and was written by a man named Tite Kubo. If Tite Kubo's name sounds familiar, it should, because he is the mangaka behind a very famous manga called Bleach. Now, we're going to start everything off by just talking about Bleach real quick. Won't take long, just for a second. I'm not a big fan of Bleach. Alright, just personal opinion. If you like Bleach, cool. Just not for me. Just not for me. Now, there are things about Bleach that I like. I like his character design. Tite Kubo's art style is amazing. His weapon design, the action scenes, the whole setting of Bleach is fascinating to me. I love the idea. The problem with Bleach, for me, is the writing. Now, I watched a good bit of Bleach when I was younger, when I first started getting into anime and manga and such. And I went through the Save Rukia arc, the very first arc, like really quick. Like, I loved it. It was awesome. And then it ended up getting repetitive. And I got bored, and I dropped it. I didn't want to read it. And to this day, I still haven't been able to find it in me to just go back and read it. I'm not a big fan of Bleach. Now, behind me, you can see some of the anime that I do like. Now, like, I love My Hero, and I'm like One Punch Man, and One Piece, and Fullmetal Alchemist is okay. That's another video. It's another. Now they're gonna. Now, don't go in the comments and talk about Fullmetal Alchemist either. Not like Attack on Titan. But Bleach, it's lacking something in the writing for me. So when I heard that Tite Kubo was going to be making a new one-shot, I won't say I was excited. I was interested. I wanted to see something new from Tite Kubo. Something different than Bleach. Something just new, fresh. I wanted to see him, make just write a good story that's different and exciting. And he did. He wrote a story that was different. But as we'll talk about in a little while, spoiler alert, it's not. It's Bleach. It's Bleach. It's Bleach. It's serious. Literally the synopsis of the series that Shonen Jump gave. I have it on with this paper. Detailing a day in the lives of two witches working for the Western branch of the Soul Society located in the reverse London. The Soul Society, it's Bleach. And at the very last page, you can actually see a set of kanji. When translated, it says, I might get it wrong, but it said something like, we're not through with this world yet, or whatever. It's Bleach. It's just another same world. It's just another location, but it's Bleach. So I'm not terribly excited about it. This is just without even delving into it. When I found this out, and I found this out before I went and read the chapter. It was only after this that I read the chapter. It kind of was like, what? What? It threw me off. And it kind of depressed me a little. Now delving into just the actual chapter itself, like I said, it's 62 pages, which is pretty good size for a one-shot. One-shots are normally about, 40s to maybe 50s, and I know a couple that made it into 60s. But overall, 62 pages is a pretty good size one-shot. So I went and read it, and you immediately was start off just with the characters. Okay, very first character you meet is a girl named Noelle. Now, Noelle is kind of the quiet, serious. There's another anime and manga that is called Witchcraft Works. Now, it's not a very well-known manga or anime, but it has the main character is this dude, and he like meets a girl who's a witch, and it's a bunch of witchy stuff happens. Anyways, the witch girl looks and acts exactly like Noelle, like exactly like her. So it's kind of almost cliche-ish, I guess. Maybe not cliche. You know what I mean. So I don't know. It's just so she's like a carbon copy for the moment. Now, something could happen with her later on that makes her completely different. But right now, I don't know. Then you meet another character named Nini. Sorry, I have a piece of paper there. It tells me. Nini. And Nini's like a little firecracker. It's just her character. She's very fiery, kind of aggressive, kind of punkish almost. A character that I can kind of relate to her. Kind of similar to her is there was a show, and it was an awesome show. It was called Young Justice. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Now, she reminds me a lot of Artemis from Young Justice, that kind of fiery, like temper kind of stuff. So that's who she reminds me of. And then you meet this guy named, and I'm going to have to look again at his name, Balgo. Now, Balgo is like if you took Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach and mixed him with Grandpa Hapusai from Ranma 1/2 and smashed them together. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. And he's definitely by far, out of all the characters in this one shot, he is by far my least favorite. And it's so, out of all of the characters, honestly, the girl Noelle, I'm most interested in seeing something about her because she's quiet. So I can already kind of guess maybe what kind of power Nini would have, and it would probably be something kind of similar to the way she acts. So maybe something fiery, something kind of explosive. That's just me thinking on my own. And at the end of the chapter in the book, and if you haven't read it, go read it. And there will be spoilers. I should have said that at the beginning. But in the end, the boy Balgo becomes a were-dragon, which a were-dragon is weird. He's weird, but so I can kind of guess what kind of power he might have. I have no guess on Noelle. She's quiet, and she didn't really talk much. She just, so I'm interested in seeing what she can do. I'm interested in seeing both of the girls and seeing what they can do, but Noelle specifically. Overall, I liked this one shot to an extent. It still feels like Bleach. Like, it feels different. It feels different, but the writing of it all, the way the characters acted, just everything, it felt like Bleach. Now, since it is the very first chapter, it could, in fact, change, like, immensely and be something, like, really cool and new, and I might, regret having this opinion at the beginning. It might turn into something awesome. I'm not saying it doesn't have the potential. It does have the potential. Everything has the potential to be awesome. It just, at the moment, it seems so much like Bleach that I fear that he's going to fall into those same potholes of storytelling that he fell into with Bleach, with, like, the perfect example there is that the guy looks exactly like Ichigo, and that the one character, Noelle, I heard somebody kind of compare her to a female version of Byakuya Kuchiki, Byakuya Kuchiki, which he's from Bleach as well, if you know anything about Bleach. Last thing I'm going to talk about, kind of nitpicky, on this chapter of One Shot, is how Bulgo, it's immediately shown that Bulgo is interested in Noel in a very Grandpa Hapusai kind of way. So, there's immediately that rom-com kind of thing. So, I was like, okay, alright, whatever, that's fine, dude, that, whatever. If that's the route you want to go with those two, cool. Well, again, another spoiler alert. Later on in the chapter, a dragon, they're fighting a dragon, and the dragon goes to attack Nini. And Bulgo is right next to her, and he jumps up and he blocks it, but he gets bitten by the dragon. Now, that's just a typical guy in an anime manga situation. The guy jumps in. The guy says man, and he jumps in to save the girl. That's just manga and anime. That's just what they do. I didn't have a problem with that until Nini, out of the blue, says something along the lines of, "Why did you do that? Isn't Noel the one you like?" And immediately I was like, harem alert. No, no. So this is just me guessing. It's gonna be a Bleach spinoff, exactly like Bleach, that is now a harem. And I'm not too terribly a fan of that whole setup there. Now, he could do something different. Like I said, we don't know. He could do something different. But this is the way I expect it to go. And it's not exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it's kind of disappointing. All right, that's enough of like bashing it. Now, some good things about it. One, the art is still amazing. Like, if you are someone who just likes manga art, it's got some really good art, and that it's really well told story-wise, like picture-wise. Like, each of the panels is laid out very well. It's a good thing. It's very nice to look at. The designs are still amazing. The idea that I love the idea that in the East there's the Soul Society, and there's Shinigami, the Soul Society, and they fight Hollows. And in the West they have Reverse London, they're witches and wizards, and they fight dragons. Well, fight. If you read the manga, you get it. I like those ideas. That the idea that in different countries they have different monsters and different all this stuff, but they're the same, and they work, and they're into one world, and they lock, and it works. I like that idea. So that's another thing I'm really enjoying. I really enjoyed about it. The way it was written for like the entire thing, you don't actually expect the whole Soul Society West, which does give me slight hope that because it was written so not so different. It's not so different. It was still similar to Bleach in writing, but it might just be how Tite Kubo writes. I didn't expect the Soul Society West branch. If you read it, you don't expect it until until you see it, and then it's like, oh, okay. The way it was, so I have hope for it. Now that I've talked kind of about that, again, you need to go read it, and after you read it, feel free to comment down below and tell me what you thought about it. I would love to hear what other people thought about it. I want to be in contact. I'm doing this because I love talking about my anime and my games and my manga and stuff. I want to hear back from you guys. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I want to connect with people who also have the same passions as I do. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this series. Do you think it should get serialized? I would love to find out. On that note, I've read that people think that it will be serialized, and personally, I think it will be serialized because of the way it was written and the thickness of it. The way it was written, like the last page, makes it already feel like it's already been decided it's going to be serialized. They're just doing it the old-fashioned way of a one-shot instead of just saying, here you go. So I think it'll be serialized. But do you think it should be serialized? That's a good question. Do you think it should be serialized? Alright, so this was video 1. I think it went pretty well. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will like, share, subscribe. Let's just have fun with this. I want to have fun. I want to share with you guys things that I like. Alright, well, thank you. Video 1 down. Who knows how many more to go. Alright, thank y'all. Talk to you later.